All right, everybody. So Ricochet is no longer with WWE, but speaking on the Ringer wrestling show, he revealed who he blames for what was going on. So this is what he said. We're reading a transcript here from Russell Talk. You can place the blame anywhere, but I just blame myself. That's the only person I can blame. That's because that's all you can do. Obviously, I didn't do anything. I didn't do something. Sorry, not anything. I don't know what it was. For me, again, frustrating is maybe not the word because, again, my last couple of years, I met my future wife there. I made mad connections. The locker room was always awesome. As far as creatively, I mean, yeah, there would have been more I'd like to do. Just again, mostly for the fans that want to see me do stuff, not even for me. It's more frustrating for me to see fans that want me to go out there and actually do something of some substance. I was out there a lot. I was on television a lot. I was used a lot, but the quality of what I was doing specifically wasn't there. There was a lot of quantity of Ricochet, but the quality of what he was getting just wasn't what I wanted. And then it goes on to say, specifically looking at how his time in WWE would be spent before his departure, Ricochet went on to know, that's okay. That's how it falls. I can only blame myself. I can't blame anybody else. I just can't. But it wasn't frustrating because I had a lot of good times there still. But there were more of what I wanted to do. Absolutely. But man, I can't say it was frustrating because I still had a good time. So reading this, I love everything Ricochet says here, right? He's not pointing fingers or saying it's this or this, but he's also pointing out the realities, right? So he's not saying, WWE, they buried me, I would have been perfect, but he also is pointing out, look, there were things I wanted to do that just weren't in the plans of the company, and that's why all of this happened. There were very good things about WWE. There were great things about WWE, but it just wasn't working out, and there were areas where I was disappointed, but I can only blame myself. And I think that's, even if you think, oh, it is WWE's fault, this for himself is the healthier way to deal with this. Because if he just constantly thinks it's WWE's fault, he's never going to learn some of the lessons that he could take from this. And I think he's 110% right about one thing when he talks about what the fans wanted and the quality versus the quantity. There were times when you watched Ricochet in WWE where you said, man, this kid has so much talent. This wrestler is just super talented, and he would really wow you. And we just weren't getting enough of that wow. And part of that is definitely on WWE. Maybe even the majority of that was on WWE. But it sometimes just because blame can be put somewhere doesn't mean that it was an easy decision. Meaning, one of the reasons that was the case was WWE was trying to fit him into what is a talented roster, and I think that stuff adds up, right? So it's like, I know it's easy for us to say, well, he should get more time. Well, if you have a 3 hour show, or you have a 3 hour pay per view, or you have a pay per view that goes X amount of time, you can't just be throwing guys into random places because the things have to make sense. You have to build storyline, and so you can't fit everybody exactly where they want to be. And Ricochet seems to be kind of be a victim of that more than anything. So the beauty of this is he's in AEW. He could build up in AEW. He could show off his stuff in AEW, and he could stay in AEW, or he could utilize that. And maybe WWE says in a year or 2 years, 3 years, however long, they go, wow, Ricochet's really making a name for himself in AEW. We love what he's doing. Let's bring him back into WWE for this or for that. And maybe it's a comeback story. But for now, he's going to be in AEW, and it's nice to see that although it didn't work out with WWE in the short term, that at least he has somewhere to go. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.